Oh yes, my people. Una don see am as UK don fail its citizen. The UK government they are silent over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sen ten ce. This has shown the world and it has shown everybody that the UK government they are the cause of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sen ten ce, and their hand is in what happens in court. Since the day Mazi Kanu has been sentenced life imprisonment till date, even though the other time John Boris, the former UK Prime Minister, came to Nigeria, the way he speak then, he he talk as if he did not know what is happening in the country, but he knows everything. But still, he covers up and claim that Nigeria is calm and Nigeria is going well. So everybody have seen it that the UK government and Nigerian government they are the one that's not that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu failed, not that Mazi Kanu commit any crime for him to be sentenced life imprisonment. Not that Mazi Kanu is a terrorist or is being sentenced according to what they read in their book. But this is a way, and this is the main deal between the Nigerian government and the UK government. They sign it so that Mazi Kanu will be silent, so that this their company they will not be talking about it. This their company will remain for them forever. But what we know is that one day this their company will come to an end. So Mazi Kanu brother, junior brother, have talked and he has sent some messages concerning what is happening between the UK government and between their citizen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Pan-African Igbo cultural group also speak concerning UK and between Nigerian also. You are going to hear everything from this Biafran activist who explain the whole thing the way it is. Don't skip any part of it. Try to watch it to the end because there's a lot that is coming up. Both the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court issue that went on 8th of this December. So in this video, he explained everything the way it is. Don't skip any part of it. Try to watch it to the end. As you're watching, like, subscribe, and share the video to go around. And I would like your comments down below.
Alright, Igbo is the monster or depending on your time zone and your location. Yes, we're having a fresh new update. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I can see with the latest article that was published by Daily Post and was shared by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother. You can see with Una Fuguka court case yesterday where Omotosho actually adjourned the case to next year. While some people are carrying the rumors that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's motion for that transfer from Sokoto to somewhere around Abuja was rejected, some people are still spreading the news, which is not right. Nkebezi Okubuna Motosho adjourned the case, not that it was actually not accepted or granted. So this particular update or publish was made by Daily Post, and then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother Bo Prince Kanu shared the updates. In from your screen, he made these updates an hour ago, and the update says, Daily Post Nigerian news. You failed your citizen. Pan-Igbo activist condemn UK's government silence on Nnamdi Kanu. Published on 9 December 2025 by Patch Chidozie. So in from your screen, if you know Daily Post made this post, and the headline of the post said, you failed your citizen. Pan-Igbo activist condemn UK's government silence over Nnamdi Kanu. So if this particular headline put that now, the Pan-Igbo activists, a group, have actually condemn the silence of the UK government over this continuous Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, persecution, all these things that's been happening since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in 2021. So they condemn the silence of UK government. Putanaka UK government so Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is the mindset of so many people who have actually noticed what is going on. Can go down to the update. The update says, a coalition of Pan-Igbo self-determination activists has condemned the silence of the United Kingdom, UK government, on the conviction and sentencing of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. Before I continue, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu make a statement that so many of us did not take serious in court. Kanu said, you think UK, you think Britain will tell you to jail me and you jail me? Kanu made that statement, that means he foresaw the people who are actually orchestrating all this is persecution. Let me continue. The American veteran of Igbo descent, AVID, Ambassadors for Self-Determination, ASD, and Rising Sun Foundation, RSF, in joint statement on Tuesday, accused the United Kingdom government of failing to protect its citizens. Kanu holds a British passport. All right. After a trial that lasted several years, the IPOB leader was on November 20th, 2025 convicted on terrorism charges filed against him by the Nigerian government. The Abuja Federal High Court, presided by James Omotosho, which convicted the agitator, went ahead to sentence him to life imprisonment. Alright, Kanu is currently serving the prison term in the Sokoto Custodial Center of the Nigerian Correctional Service. In a statement jointly signed by Dr. Sylvester Onya, AVID, Evans Wankwo, ASD, and Maxwell Dede, RSF, the Pan-Igbo activists, berated the UK government for not intervening in Kanu's case in the same manner it has been intervening in similar situations. Titled, Public Briefing Note on the UK government's silence over the rendition, unlawful detention, and life imprisonment of British citizen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The statement described the silence of the British government as alarming and inconsistent. The statement said on November 20th, 2025, Nigeria's Federal High Court, per Justice James Omotosho, sentenced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a British citizen, to life imprisonment under a repealed law, despite a binding Court of Appeal acquittal issue on October 13th, 2022. Kanu ordeal began with his illegal rendition from Kenya in 2021, an operation executed without extradition proceedings in violation of the UK-Nigerian Extradition Treaty 2008, the European Convention on Extradition, the UN Convention Against Torture, Article 3, and Nigerian domestic law which bar trying a rendition suspect. Despite the gravity of these violations and the fact that Kanu was abducted as a British passport holder, broadcasting peacefully from London, where IPOB is legally registered, the UK government has issued no statement since the November 20th sentencing. The silence is unprecedented, alarming and inconsistent with Britain's global human rights posture. Expressing concerns over the UK government's silence after Kanu's life sentence, the statement noted that the UK's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office (FCDO) last engaged Nigerian authorities on 11th November 2025, urging fair trial standards and consular access. It added, since the life sentence, there has been no statement, no parliamentary briefing, no diplomatic protest, and no sanctioning of Nigerian officials. This silence standard is stark contrast to the UK's response to cases involving far less egregious violations. The activists noted that the UK's indifference reads as tacit endorsement of a sham process. They further slammed the UK government for failing to provide protection for a British citizen abducted abroad. According to the statement, the UK has offered no explanation for its failure to condemn the international abduction of its citizen. Alright, demanding compliance with the 2022 appellate discharge, rejects trial under a repealed terrorism statute, and respond to the fabricated claims in Omotosho's judgment, including false allegations that Kanu threatened UK-US mission. Implications is that the UK is failing its own citizen, violating its duty of diplomatic protection, the activist said. Alright. Further accusing the UK government of selective application of the rule of law standards, the statement observed that the UK has historically been vocal on cases involving detained activists such as Alexei Navalny, Russia, Aung San Suu Kyi, Myanmar, Jimmy Lai, Hong Kong, and Julian Assange, Australia/US. Yet, for Kanu, a British national facing rendition, torture, illegal detention, and convention under a repealed law, the UK has chosen silence. This selective approach undermines Britain's credibility as a champion of human rights and due process. The activists further allege that the silence of the UK government is evidence of bias and hostility against the Igbos. It's okay. We emphasize clearly, the UK silence is evidence of ethnic hostility towards the Igbo. The Igbo diaspora perceives the UK's failure to protect Kanu, coupled with Omotosho's allegations of threats against UK-US missions. As part of a pattern of calculating neglect reminiscence of Britain's 1967 to 1970 role during the Biafran War, silence fuels distrust and reinforces a belief that the UK prioritizes geopolitical convenience over justice, the statement said. Explaining why the conviction matters to the UK, the Pan-Igbo activists pointed out that the Kanu is a British citizen and that his broadcasts from London fall under UK Free Speech Protections Human Rights Act 1998 Article 10 ECHR. His political advocacy is peaceful, legal and constitutionally protected in the UK. The statement noted, adding that IPOB is legally registered in the UK with company number 09862831. The UK economic interests cannot override human rights obligations. Trade volume 6.5 billion euros annually, with Nigeria do not absolve Britain of protecting a citizen facing statement persecution. The UK's global image is at stake. Silence here weakens UK moral authority in the future. Human rights cases, the statement added. The activist demands that the UK immediately issue a public statement acknowledging serious concern about Kanu's unlawful rendition and alleged trial under a repealed law. The Nigerian government refusal to comply with a binding court of appeal judgment and allegations of fabricated evidence in the judgment. They also asked the UK to demand that the Nigerian government complies with the 2022 Court of Appeal judgment, which acquitted Kanu, and also provide full consular support, including medical access and monitoring of detention conditions for the IPOB leader. Alright. Other demands are that the UK government should launch a parliamentary inquiry into its response to Kanu's rendition and ongoing detention, and review possible sanctions under the UK Global Human Rights Sanctions Regulation Magnitsky model against officials involved in the rendition, torture, suppression of court judgment, and fabrication of evidence. We reject the narrative that this is a Nigerian internal matter. When a British citizen is abducted abroad and tortured, tried under a repeal statute, denied the benefit of a binding appellate acquittal, and convicted on fabricated claims, it's becoming an international matter and a test of UK's value. The silence of the United Kingdom, custodian of Magna Carta and birthplace of modern human rights law, is deeply troubling. It sends a dangerous message that Repolitik can override the rights of its own citizens and that fair trial standards are negotiable depending on who is involved. This injustice will not be allowed to stand. Silence is complicity. Of my from Daily Post, this particular update was coming from, and the people who actually made this post are the Igbo community, those who are standing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, called the Avid, those who are strongly supporting what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing for the freedom of the Igbo people. They have called out the UK government now that this their silence means that they cannot be silenced in the presence of persecution. They have actually speaked out when it involved other people in the past. This is history. Why is the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu different? Why are they keeping quiet? If I can have UK government, and that's asking them that they should actually come out to issue a statement. Since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's rendition since 2021, they have been quiet. I mean, not minding that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a citizen of the UK government. So why are they keeping quiet? This is actually what is transpiring in this particular updating with Alone. So if you opinion after this video, when you watch this video to this particular length, do well to share the video. Can also always require with fear. Drop me your thoughts and your opinion as well, because this thing looks like when they orchestrated this whole thing. You watch Yaka judgment is Iwega, Ka is in a good judgment. If you go no about judge in a good judgment, be the judgment. If that's now, there is a handwriting that so many of us are not reading through. And that is why Avid has actually come out to call out the UK government concerning this, their silence on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. Share your thoughts and share the video. Can does away for prayer. See you guys in my next video. Yeah, guys.
Oh yes, this is a very shocking secret. It is very good that many people have started seeing what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking about since all those years concerning the UK, concerning the British, Nigerian, how demonic, evil those people are. They will never speak the truth. They will never speak the right. And they will see the light. They will try to off it because of the light is not favoring them. But if it is favoring them, they will allow it to go. So all those countries, all those foreign countries, you see, all of them, they are evil. They are very evil. Mostly the UK government. UK. This is the British government that colonized Nigeria. Their plan is that how come if Biafran comes now, some of all those things they used to get, oil and bitumen, resources, and a lot of things they used to get from the country called Nigeria, that they will not be getting it again. And it is only Nigeria is the country in Africa they get a lot of things. They come in and go out anytime they want to. and they are in their home directing the government in Nigeria what to do. If you can see, if you can go through very well, you will see that Nigerian government self, their hands self may not be in the thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is passing through. It is the hand of the UK, because the UK government, they are very angry. They are very angry that how come that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out to destroy their company, because they don't believe that Nigeria is a country. None of them believe that Nigeria exists as a country. Some of them, the government, may come up and claim we are a sovereign nation, we are a sovereign state. But there is nothing like sovereign in this whole thing. Nothing like sovereign, because if you look at it very well, you will be shocked of what is happening in the country. It is good as the Pan-African group and other group are coming out to speak what is going on between the UK and the motor show judgment. Since then, the UK have been silent since all those years till now. So let's watch where the Senate talk about this issue of sovereignty we are claiming that we are. Don't skip any part of it. Watch it to the end. I'm coming back.
Of this country, of which we have gradually lost. As a child, I can beat my chest today that I'll be one of the few here standing that saw war as a child. What is happening in Nigeria today, especially in the north? Nigeria is at war. We must call it that. We must wage what is happening in the north. Confront it as we are fighting war. I want to speak, Mr. Speaker, on Nigeria as a sovereign nation. The news of the capture of this and summary execution of Brigadier General M. Oba by Aswad really broke my mind. Back to where we stopped. If terrorism can move freely, terrorists can move freely like this, what is sovereign about Nigeria? Some people were shouting Nigeria is a sovereign nation. We don't need America. We don't need anyone. But Nigeria went to Congo. Nigeria went to Liberia through ECOMOG to help them out. We need help this time. Even if it's coming from Mali, from Chad, from Burkina Faso, we need help. Our children are being molested in the north. Our girls are being molested in the north. We were refugees during Nigerian Biafran war. As a child, I know how my parents suffered to keep me alive for that 3 years. But let us tell ourselves the truth. What kind of sovereignty allows terrorists to capture and kill a whole general like a common criminal? Because if terrorists can cross our borders at will, enter our villages at will, ambush military convoys at will, take entire towns at will, and now capture a brigadier general, then what exactly are we protecting with this so-called sovereignty? Is this sovereignty when terrorists are the ones controlling forests, highways, and communities? Is this sovereignty when commanders are killed and everyone stays silent, and our children out of school? We opposed the US when they wanted to help Nigeria destroy terrorists. We shouted, don't interfere, don't touch our sovereignty. But what is left is to protect when terrorists already operate like a government inside a government, a country that cannot secure its land is not sovereign, it is vulnerable. This is a personal opinion. A country where terrorists can humiliate military is not sovereign. It is under siege. A country that refuses international help while soldiers die is not sovereign. It is stubborn to its own destruction. If a general can fall like this, then all of us are naked. This is not time for pride. Take entire towns at will and now capture a brigadier general. Then what exactly are we protecting with this so-called sovereignty? This is not a time for pride. This is not a time for ego. This is time to ask, what is sovereignty? What if it cannot save a single life of a Nigerian? Truly, a country of particular concern. As an opposition, I'm standing here to say that, Mr. President, I've observed over time since 99, he's a very courageous person. That's why in 99 in Lagos, I voted for him to be a governor. And I also saw his courage when, a minute after being sworn in, he removed the oil subsidy. Though timing was wrong, I saw his courage when he brought off 4 tax bill here, we passed. We saw his courage. And also I want to encourage him to extend that his courage. Today, our brother has been jailed for life, and the judge who jailed him saw before him what you are distracting me. The judge who jailed him on Motosho saw things before him that made him to jail him for life. Good enough. But Mr. President has the greatest opportunity now. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a lawmaker. I'm not a lawmaker. I'm not a judge. I'm a lawmaker. What I am saying today, that Mr. President
Leader, please.
Mr. President today has the greatest opportunity as a very courageous person, that today I know that
point of order.
The counsels to Mazi Nnamdi has not gone for appeal. We are not appealing today. We are demanding today that within the ambit of law of these 60, 90 days, he has not gone to court. Order. For Mr. President to give him a pardon and release Nnamdi Kanu to us. I rest my case.
Okay, thank you, Karen.
That is it. You all have heard everything he said here. That is the way it is. Nigeria is not a country, and no way, no need of still going forward further. And the issue of releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he needs to be released. Not this issue, not this thing they are doing here and there. He needs to be released. Well, I would like to hear your comments down below. Like, subscribe, and share the video to ground. Let others see what is really going on in the country. And thank you for watching.